Welcome back to the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. So if you've been following along as we've been building the extension onto the carport there, it is going to be the home of our new truck. So I did a quick preview of this in the previous video, kind of going over what this is for. But this is a 2024 GMC Sierra 3500, and it's the AT4 model. So I'll do kind of a quick overview of kind of everything of the truck, and then just give kind of a walkthrough of some of the unique features that are with the truck, and kind of some of the standard stuff as well. So let's start at the back here. So most of the new trucks come with the multi-pro tailgate. So I have that. Have some stickers back here already, but did get the bed liner, the fifth wheel package with the gooseneck, so that is in there. So we did buy a bed mat for this, so it's just a rubber bed mat that rolls out, and like this one we got directly from GM. It fits this bed exact. You can see all the cutouts for it. So even though we have the spray-on bed liner, we wanted to help protect that as much as possible. So, you know, taking like the totes in and out, things like that, didn't want to scuff it up. So go ahead and got this kind of as a shock barrier, but then also, you know, if you're kind of moving stuff back and forth, you're not worried about that. This does have all the parking assistance stuff. This is the volcanic red. Did get the running boards that are motorized, so they come down when we open the door. They drop down a little bit further than the standard ones do, so definitely on the AT4 they want to sell you the sport ones that are tucked right up, kind of in under the truck. So it kind of makes it difficult to get on them. These drop a little bit lower, makes it easier to get in the truck, and then they also come up, kind of can protect that piece of the truck as well. Then coming around to the front here, it's a little dirty right now. Since it is sitting here next to the sawmill, you have some of the dust that comes over. But just kind of... So outside of the truck, went with the 3500 because of some of the trailers and stuff we pull. So it'll definitely be able to handle all that really well and not work. We did get the Duramax, the 6.6 liter, the Allison stamped transmission. So the diesel in this is pretty quiet. It's nice. Haven't pulled anything yet with it. It's only got just shy of 500 miles on it, so we haven't, you know, gotten it really broken in yet to do that. So I'll start with some of the stuff here in the back. So start with, we got every package except for the sunroof. So there's kind of the bump there, but there's no actual sunroof. Not a big fan of them. Had the heated outboard seats in the rear. And then we did get, one thing we got was the convenience package, which what that includes is the convenience storage package. So it includes this in the back. So it's just a spot with a little cover on it. You can store stuff. We haven't gotten anything in there yet. You can see, like, we'll store some ratchet straps and stuff under there. So we'll get those put in. But just kind of gives you a nice spot to put those. Separately, we did order this full weather floor mat. Tucks up nicely, cut to everything, tucks in, and then allows for this box to sit in with this ridge, and then this bolts on top of this so it can't slide around and move around. It is a two-piece and kind of comes together here in the middle, but with the way that kind of clips together, not worried about it going anywhere. So, so that part's nice. And just give that a yank. So with the AT4, you do get these Kalahari accents. You know, it's a big feature that some people really look for. I mean, it's nice differential kind of in the interior. It is a nice, nice look. One thing a lot of people comment on is, you know, what do you put in here? So these are little storage cubbies, and So far right now, we always take a measuring tape someplace. So I have a measuring tape, have this toe strap, and then we put a clevis in there, so if we do need to tow anything or pull anyone out, have that. Probably put some electrical tape, and I want to put a set of gloves in here, just to always have, so if we go someplace, forget to grab them, they'll be in here. So you have one of those behind each, and then this is your armrest storage, or armrest and cup holder for the center. And then pretty basic here on the side. And then same thing on that side over there. So then I'll hop in the front. So similar thing here, have the AT4. This is a floor mat that we ordered. Has clips in it so you don't have anything sliding around into the pedals. But just has this all protective, just because you can already see, even with not really using it too much, it gets pretty dirty. You can see there's already some dust and stuff. We haven't decided 100% if we're going to get like seat covers for it. Right now with this dust, I can take a cloth, dampen it, and just kind of wipe everything down. Whereas if you get seat covers, then it's going to be cloth. It's going to kind of get in there instead of being able to just wipe it off. So still haven't decided exactly on that. Okay, so I set you to a wide view here just so you can kind of see a little bit more. I don't have to hold the camera way back. So things may look a little distorted because of that, but that's just because of the wide view. So this is the new interior, I think since 2023 on these HDs. Has a nice big screen here. Has the one there for that. So I'll go ahead and start the truck. So get that started. So here's the current configuration we have for the dash. So you can kind of change this. I won't go into all of that. Just because there's other videos that really walk through that, and that's standard on the 1500s, the 25, 35. So kind of look into that. At another time. So over here, it's got the full drive standard with the AT4. We did get it with the heads-up display. I don't think you're going to be able to see with the camera here. You can kind of see it's flashing at you there, but has a heads-up display, really nice feature. Here you have the camera that is activated from the high mount next to the brake light. So you have standard mirror, and then you can go to the camera view. It is pretty neat. Getting used to it's a little different, just because it's, you're looking at a camera, but like looking behind you, it is very helpful. You can get a little bit more field of view. And everything like that. So it is a neat feature that's included on this this truck, and it's one I think you had to add like the technology package for that to get it. Things are kind of, I guess, more standard on trucks now. I mean, you have heated steering wheel. The HD models do have the adaptive cruise control now. So you have that as part of it. So that is nice. One thing I didn't know that learned at the dealership whenever going through it, if you hold, I don't remember if it's the set or there's a one of the, or the cancel. I think if you hold the cancel, it'll change it over to regular cruise available. So basically, it just works like normal cruise control now. Won't adjust your speed depending on the car in front of you, but you can push and hold again to get the adaptive cruise. So I think that's something on GM vehicles, since we just have adaptive cruise on our VWs up to this point. Didn't know that was a thing. So learn that. Coming over here, have the nice big screen, standard again on that. Stop, start, all your actual buttons here for your HVAC. Most of the time we run it in auto, and then just adjust the temperatures needed. Have all your buttons here, so that's pretty standard across everything. So the thing I'll focus in on here are these set of auxiliaries. So this is something that is an option that was starting with late 24s and 25s in the higher up models, so AT4 and Denali's. Before, these were only available in the work trucks. It's like Dad's work truck that we got in 24 had these, and they were actually located down over here. But they moved them here. Not sure if I like this exact location. I mean, with the brake controller here, I mean, it's fine. It's, you have to put them someplace. That's not a bad spot. You can actually see, what you have selected. So that part is nice. We don't have these hooked up yet, but the idea, there is a wiring harness that connects to the buttons, goes into the dash. You have to go through the firewall. There's some stuff we have to install between the batteries, in the hood, bring it over, and then we will put essentially a block out there, a terminal block, where you can hook up whatever we want to hook up to it. So our thought, or kind of what we're thinking here, is looking at additional work lights at the back. So you can push that, turn that on, and have those work lights on the back, and have that as an option. Thinking about, we're very used to, with Dad's work truck, having some sort of flashing light. So we won't have like top beacons or anything, but have some top lights that you'd be able to push, and have some lights at the back that, would flash. So it's kind of a thought there. Um, don't have anything exactly planned for the other ones per se, but for like $500, you can have this included. It comes with the wiring. You have to do some wiring yourself. You can pay the dealer to do it, but we're pretty comfortable doing the wiring. Not sure if we're gonna have to get into all of this to get behind here. We still need to do a little bit more of investigating on the GM upfitter site to see exactly what we have to do, um, but having a factory installed option like this, so if we want to put things in, you're not having to cut into the dash, you're not having to put weird switches in. It's just factory clean look, and it's meant to be there. So we did get those added as kind of an unusual thing that I haven't seen on a lot of videos, and this is probably, I think I've only seen one other one that has that. So going in here, so have your AT4 logo on the center. Again, things are already dusty, need to wipe it down. Been doing some sawmilling, but in here basically have just a storage compartment. So this is where your outlet is. Here for like your AC, phone charger here, wireless charger, so that's kind of neat. One thing that, if you heard, I said, about um, the console, or the storage stuff, so that includes the thing under the back. So there should be a console mounted safe in here. It is currently back ordered from GM, so it was not installed whenever we got the truck. But whenever it gets in, that will go in here, and then just has, I believe, a combination style lock. Just a place where you can put things, lock it in, and just have kind of a more secure location for it. So kind of out of the way, you can put stuff in there, lock it, and know it's safe. So whenever that gets added, I'll make sure to include that in a video. Okay, so coming back to the front here, so I'll just do a quick run through. So this is the new Google built-in, and has, runs on the Google operating system. I primarily use YouTube Music, so that's what you're seeing here. But the home screen, again, just audio, maps. Maps uses this. I believe, if I've read everything correctly, you get 8 years of OnStar Basic, which includes like the map and everything. I could be wrong on that. Kind of is not 100% clear understanding, because you do have to have, the data to get this. Now, if you don't pay for the data piece of it, you can use like the mobile hotspot on your phone, connected to this, and have internet that way. It does have Android Auto as an option as well, that's wireless, So basically, with all newer Android phones, you can, hook that directly up and use that instead of this interface as well. So gonna have some different options there. Run through the cameras just because they are pretty neat. So you have your 360 view here, and I know this is pretty standard on a lot of vehicles now, but this is the first one we've ever had with it, so it's pretty novel. But have your 360, you can look out the front, look out the back. So here it's like a top view looking down at the front and the back. Side views that look out the sides, so it's looking back, looking forward. I believe like some of these actually come on if you're pulling a trailer, use your turn signal. These will actually come on so you can see kind of around the back and make sure your trailer's not going to hit. This one's for the hitch, looking straight down. You can see your hitch there. So if we had one put in, you'd be able to see that. Have some other trailering options there, and then if you hit this button, you have this bed view for that. Then you can zoom in. So right now I have the stickers in the way, but you can see that. The we do plan on putting a toolbox on here, just as more storage. So if you need to move tools and stuff like that, you have kind of a dry spot to put them. So I have a WeatherTech that we're going to put on. We just need to figure out exactly how we're going to mount that. But it does obscure that, so we'll have to find like a pool noodle or something like that to put on there to stick up to help line up the gooseneck trailers when hooking up. I think it's the regular profile, but I think even the slim one is going to kind of obscure that, so I just went with the regular profile and utilizing that as a toolbox. So we'll get it put on in the next couple weeks. I think we're supposed to have some nice weather coming up, so we may be able to get that knocked out. Okay, so I'll hop back to the main page here. So have like a trailering. So I've hooked both the trailers up just to move them around here. So you do have where you can put in, which one you're connected to. So yeah, we have the dump trailer connected, and then you can switch. And I have the flat deck also added. So those are the two primary ones. Also have a small trailer that I could put the mower or the otter on. So I'll add it eventually. It doesn't have any brakes or anything like it, so it's not going to remember the gain. But the kind of neat thing is it will tell you your total mileage on the trailer for what it's been hooked up to the truck, and also gives you some of the fuel economy stuff. Gives you some maintenance things to check, your lights. If you're, it'll give you an estimated weight, and then if you have cameras hooked up for that, whether it's behind, inside, or kind of that through the trailer look, you can kind of get some of that stuff set up here. I haven't invested in any of those cameras yet. With a lot of the stuff that we do that's equipment, it wouldn't really be as beneficial. Maybe someday if we get a travel trailer, then we'll, look at investing in something like that. So the other piece I want to go through that I don't often see in videos, because it's like dealerships kind of going through, so they're not actually signed into an account, is the Google Play Store piece of this. So if you go in here, kind of show you, I mean, it looks like the Play Store. I was a little underwhelmed at the available apps. I was reading that, at some point, like the Google built-in or Google Automotive is what it was called, would allow like some TV and stuff being played while the car's in parked and all that, and I don't see any of that here. It's mostly music stuff. iHeart, TuneIn, your YouTube Music, Spotify. If you are a Pandora user, Pandora is not currently supported on here, which is kind of ironic because on a standard GM that has the GM interface, that has like a Pandora app, but on this Google interface, there isn't a Pandora app. So Audible, there's some weather radar for auto. So just kind of go through some of these here. You start getting into some of the chargers and stuff like that for EV. And then obviously stuff that's not for the US. It's just looking at everything, but there's not a lot of apps that I'd say are super useful. Um, that outside of just like your normal radio, stuff like that. So like the ones that I have installed, it comes with the news one. You have this weather and radar one. My GMC automatically comes on, and then the YouTube music, which is primarily what I use to listen to music. Um, but like the weather and radar is kind of a neat one. It just kind of gives you your location and will give you basic weather info. On that. So, some temperatures, and then you can see clouds and the other like snow that's coming up. That's up in Michigan. So that's kind of what we got. What we got here. So it's kind of a neat app that's included or that you can download. But everything else pretty standard. You have the Google Assistant, so you can talk to Google, have it change the temperature in the truck, and then of course all your audio and map stuff it will pull up. We didn't get a 24 because it's the first year with the LP5 Gen 2, so that's the Duramax engine that's in here. Dad has a Gen 1 in that 17 truck that you see in most videos. So that he's had a lot of glow plug and injector issues with it. Partly the injector, partly the connector to the injector. So we're hoping that by getting a second year of this specific engine, that any potential issues that are there will kind of get worked out. Instead of getting the first year of something. So that's why we kind of waited on that. So yeah, be on the or be watching in videos. This will be included in more. So right now we have 450 miles on it. We really want to get about 1,000. Get the breakout oil out of it. Put regular oil in, and then we'll start using it to pull the trailers around and stuff like that. Haven't been over to the 100 acres a lot here the past weekends. Um, just have had other projects going on and everything. Um, so that's been part of it. And then the other thing is it's been very wet the last few weeks. So we had a long dry spell. We're cutting lots of boards for the chicken coop. And then now that that's kind of trailing off, we had time to go back over to the 100 acres. But now it's been really wet, so like if we're gonna go over there, we just make more mess than probably, you know, like fix stuff or clean up. So we just haven't the last little while, and then kind of getting back into the last few things that need to be done for the chicken coop, getting those cut. So we'll probably work on doing that, but hopefully we'll get back to taking, at least the otter and the small tractor back over. And even if we're not doing any big projects this winter, kind of just getting a little bit done, and getting back over there and just getting some small things accomplished because you keep working on the small things and they obviously add up. Okay, so here it is inside the building we built. So I could go that way just a little bit more, but didn't, want to get it too close. But lights on, pretty mean looking truck. So one thing, it's not currently on because it's not dark enough out. I don't think. Maybe they are. Yeah. So there's actually lights on there, and then see if you can see it. So we actually have a GMC puddle light here. So if it was darker out, you'd be able to see it on the ground, just not dark enough. So have it there, and then we have it set so that whenever you lock the doors, whether with the button or with the remote, go ahead and folds in the mirrors so that they're not sticking out. So then you can kind of see the GMC there lit up, but kind of one of those neat features. Again, probably something that's been around for a while, just haven't had a new truck, but kind of handy where it folds those in. So if you're in a parking spot and you lock the truck, it'll automatically fold those up so they're not sticking out. quick look at the bed light, to hop up and reach things, just because this does sit pretty high with the 3500, and then the AT4 sits a little bit higher more with the shocks and everything. So it is a pretty tall truck. I'm standing on a little bit of a hole here with the way this ground is, but it's still pretty tall. I mean, I'm 6 foot, and it's at kind of shoulder height here. So it is a tall vehicle. That's why having those come down are nice, and everything. So that is our 2025 GMC 3500. I'll go inside and show you guys some of the wiring stuff. Okay, so just give you a quick look at these. So this is that vehicle module I was talking about. So basically, they're just about to plug it in. You have wires, so there's some wiring that has to be done with this. But it is the KGU. So you go to the GM Upfitter site, and it tells you more about how to use this, where to plug these in at. There's a thing under the dash. Plug these in, and you have this USB cable that plugs into it. You can do some modifications on, like I said, the switches. So that's kind of what it's used for. Again, it was like $200 to have that piece installed, and then have this. So it just gives you a little bit more capability. May not be something that we necessarily use, but it's nice having that that ability. So the last two pieces here are part of those upfitter switches I was telling you about. So in the package here is just a cable that runs from a fuse panel to the hood from the battery, and then basically it'll go over and hook up to this relay. So you have a set of relays here that control each of those buttons. You have this, it plugs into it, and then another couple connectors along with the wires that you wire into. So this will get mounted under the hood as well, and then we'll be able to run our wires from those switches, put a terminal block out there, so whenever we want to wire up lights, we'll be able to just go to that, make that one hot, and then pull power from there to turn on lights and stuff. So again, pretty cheap option for being able to have kind of some standard stuff included that's factory. You have to do a little bit of wiring yourself, like I said, so you have to install this, get this put in under a little bit of a pain, but I think they've made it so that it's not too bad. We'll have to see how it goes on this truck. I'll try to do some video of it. It's just kind of a pain because you're trying to work in under, and there's not a lot of room, and then we're just trying to kind of figure things out as we go. Probably looking closer to the springtime now, and it's nothing that we'll need immediately for the winter. So thank you for watching the Schmitter's 100 Acre Woods. Let's talk about our truck. I'm excited to see how it does, and look for it more in the future as it's included in more videos. A really cool thing that we got to do with the truck is my uncle works at GM, so I mentioned the GM discount. So he has connections to the Flint plant, which is where that truck was made. We actually had the opportunity to go up to the Flint plant and see our truck on the assembly line being made. So the frame and everything was already done. The cab and the bed were already on it, but like the front end still needed to be assembled. Getting it all put together. So we got to see that be done. Got to be one of the first ones to start the truck. We were able to get in it, start it, go through whenever they did kind of the quality check on the interior, go through all of that, whenever they did the dyno test, and just, kind of get everything up to speed, make sure everything's working well there. Got to be included in that as well, and then got to see it basically out the door of the factory whenever it got completed. So, like a truck takes, so I think ours, they said it started at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was out the door at like 10. So we spent about 2 hours getting to see the factory, see our truck on the assembly lines, along with a lot of other ones. It's amazing just how organized everything is, how clean everything is, and everything. All the workers very friendly. Um, I think they're kind of excited to see whenever people that actually get buy a truck and they get to see them. I mean, they were all very friendly. It's not something that GM um, does unless you have that connection. So it was kind of a unique experience that we were able to kind of fall into, just thanks to my uncle having that connection. So thank him for having that, and getting us that opportunity, because it was really cool. So that's a unique thing with that truck, is we actually got to see it be built in October, and then we took delivery of it in November, about 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks after it was done at the plant. It finally got released, put on a truck, and down to Greencastle. So really cool experience, and really glad we got to do that. So um, kind of see some pictures here or there, but I'll throw up a couple of pictures. Of kind of the truck on the assembly line, along with kind of the finished one of us in front of the truck. So it was really cool, but it was a very cool opportunity, and was very neat. So kind of just adds another whole nother level to this truck, to where we're really tied to it. So just very cool. Thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.